Welcome back to another episode of Smells Like Captain with Handsome. I'm your host, Charles Weinraub, AKA the Handsome Homebuyer, AKA Captain Permit, AKA
El Judío Maravilloso.
That's right.
Dude, you didn't even tell me we were starting. You just go right into it?
That's what I do. I just,
I was picking my nose over here, man.
You're used to this stuff. You're a professional.
True.
You're a star of stage and screen.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you again.
I lost my train of thought now. What do we do here? Oh, we buy houses. If you have a house that smells like cat pee, is dated from the 1960s, 6 inches of mold on the floor, I'm quick, I'm easy.
He's a good time.
I want to buy it. 516-777 sold. And on the other side of this sweatshop operation, we got the captain. You know, if you need him, we got you from coast to coast, Montauk to Elmont, permits, legalizations, interior alterations, new construction, commercial, decks, sheds, awnings. What I missed?
I think that's it. Everything in between.
516-513-8838. And we got Mike, the most jacked front man in the permit business, running the show. You need him, you want him. I love him. My dad is the loudest fucking person. I know. So,
I got another funny story about your dad too.
What, about him blocking agents' phone numbers?
Yeah.
Or I was just with Beth 2 minutes ago, and Beth's like, an agent called me and said, yo, is Jay Weinraub Charles Weinraub's father? Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah. She's like, he just yelled at me.
He does it pretty often, I guess.
My dad blocks agents' phone numbers after we do a deal. I'm like, Dad, like, I know these people, they're my friends, like, I hang out with them, like, we do business together because we, like, love each other. Like, you can't yell at them, hang up on them, and then block their number. Like, the boiler didn't turn on for whatever reason. Like, that's kind of a big deal. Or, like, the roof blew off. Like, you know, it's not something they're, like, being dicks about.
Listen, man, my dad works with me, too. I totally understand. I get it.
If I could, well, no, not my dad. I've worked with family before. If I could turn back the clock, or I actually have a standing rule from this point on, no more family.
Really?
Zero. I don't care what the scenario is, like, and I don't want to be the heartless bastard, but I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I can't blame you. It's definitely tough.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a stranger and there's very clear lines. You lay out the lines, this is your job description, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what you're gonna do. If I don't do what I do, you have a reason to, give me shit and or quit.
Yeah.
If the other thing, I can talk to you about it and or you don't work here anymore. But with family, like, you don't have the fucking option to do that.
I can't say anything because my dad's gonna listen to this.
There's a blur, no, he doesn't watch my shit.
No, he might.
There's a blurred line, and then, like, you always have to see them at, like, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's tough.
So it's, should we change the topic?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. You're so uncomfortable with this. You were wrapped up tighter than a fucking...
I'm telling you, I know my dad's going to listen to this
garlic
shit.
knot.
Yeah.
I love Mr. O'Neill. I hope I look that good and am that vibrant and have that much energy at his age. How old is he?
Yeah, he's like 61, 62.
Yeah?
He's dating girls younger than me.
He looks great.
Yeah.
The guy looks freaking great.
We got to get off this.
Okay.
We got to get on. Yeah.
We're done.
I don't want to say anything stupid.
So obviously, if you don't know Dan O'Neill, you will know Dan O'Neill. You should know Dan O'Neill. He's like the young, hard-charging phenom who's basically bringing real estate into, what century are we in right now? 21st century?
Yeah.
22nd century?
21st.
Leading it into the 21st century. He's got the O'Neill team. Can we talk about the people that you just brought on to the O'Neill?
When's this going to air?
Next week? Or
Yeah,
the week after?
yeah.
Cool?
Yeah, definitely.
Or just,
super excited about it.
So now you just got another 4 agents. Mm-hmm. You're basically like a fucking brokerage inside a brokerage.
Yeah, in a way. Well, in many ways, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, super young. You're 27. Mm-hmm. You've been in real estate 3 years.
Yeah, February's my 4-year anniversary.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, we did this 2 years ago. And like how much, it's crazy how much has changed in literally just 2 years.
It's insane. Like, I feel like that's the cool thing about time when you're really busy like us. So in the last 2 years, I feel like it went by at the blink of an eye, but at the same time, so much shit has gone on.
Yeah, I mean, so much has changed. We didn't even know each other when we did that. That was like the first time we really ever met. Well, one of the first times that we had met was when we did that podcast.
Yeah.
And now, like...
I remember I met you at the fundraiser. You're like, bro, I didn't know you.
Yeah,
You're like, will you come on my podcast? I'm like, yeah, sure.
I started a podcast.
Yeah, you started a podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
2 years.
And then now look at all.
Yeah, I know.
You have your own team. You went from Coldwell Banker to Signature. You have 20 agents under you now.
Just about, yeah.
20?
Yeah, a little bit less.
With the new hire?
Yeah.
But it actually seems like, I mean, people think that you just like kind of burst onto the scene, but you didn't just burst onto the scene. Like, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
This is like a lot of work. I know because I talk to you every day.
Well, I mean, and you know, people probably say the same thing to you, like, oh my God, like, you know, this happened all of a sudden, or like it happened overnight. Like, no, it hasn't. Like, you've been working at this like your entire life, whether it was even in this industry or not. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I've naturally just done the social media thing for a long time. I naturally had like a leadership position before I got into real estate. So, but yeah, I mean, we talk every day, and it's like 8 o'clock at night. We're both like, just getting home now, man. About to hop on the Peloton. Like, I'm shot.
Robin, right?
Robin, baby, hit rides. Now I know what it means. Thank you. I thought it just meant like the music type, like hit music, you know?
Nope. High intensity interval training. She beats you, bro.
Dude, my legs are shaking.
20-second sprints.
You see me? I'm like,
it's amazing. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah,
30 minutes or 60 minutes? What is it?
Nah, chill. I'm only on 30 now.
You're at 30?
Yeah,
how
20
many
sometimes.
calories you burn in 30 minutes?
3 something, 310 maybe.
That's respectable. Eric Bourne's only burning 2.
Is he? In 30 minutes?
He's on the phone the whole time, just pedaling like
Nah,
this.
you can't. I put my phone down. She says you can't be on your phone. I listen to her like she's like my personal trainer.
So, wait, how long have you been at Signature for?
Year anniversary was in November.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Massive change, both for Signature and for you.
Yes.
Right? Why'd you do the move? Why do you feel the move was good for you? And what have you done over the last year that's basically propelled your success? Because when you left there, what did you have a team of 7?
Yeah, we're like 7 or 8.
So now you're like almost tripled up.
Yeah.
12 months later.
It's been crazy. Yeah, I mean, for us, you know, the move just made sense. Signature, you know, they really are founded on philanthropy. It's kind of like it's very mom and pop boutique style. You know, it's not very corporate, which I like. I mean, I'm sitting here smoking my vape. You know, I'm not really a corporate guy, I guess, even though I have the suit on every single day. So it was nice to have that like kind of a medium. They were very supportive of us. You know, they followed a lot of our stuff. They knew who we were, which was a really cool, you know, feeling. And, you know, I saw their vision and their growth, and it was just a really good time an opportunity to get into it. And our manager, Karen, too, who was with us at Coldwell Banker, who helped us out a ton.
She's awesome. She's very nice.
She made the jump first, and then we kind of, you know, that's what really opened their eyes, I guess, if that makes sense.
You know what I want to talk about? Normally, like, people would talk about social media and all the stuff that you do. We're not going to talk about that. I mean, we probably will. But what I want to talk about is, I want to talk about the stuff that nobody talks about, which is the struggles of being a leader, scaling a business, and like all the shit that goes on associated with that.
And there's a lot of shit.
There's a lot of shit. Like most agents that I say that are thinking about becoming brokers, I'm like, don't do it, bro. I'm like, if you're a high producing agent, just be a high producing agent. It is not fucking easy. There's a lot of shit. And, you know, just to kind of give credit to you, because people call me and like, oh, I'm getting into real estate. It's like, listen, there's only a handful of teams. Like, there's really, I only say there's really 2, and I always tell them that you're the best team. So it's like, if someone's going to join a team, I was like, either go with the broker that's going to give you the highest split,
right? Or
if you want the trade-off, you got to go with the O'Neill team, because that's the only place I think you're getting real value. Well, one of the very few places. I don't know everybody.
Yeah, right. But yeah, people don't realize how much goes into it. I mean, it's like
how much money you spend, how much time you invest.
Yeah.
You know, and
energy, time, energy, money. It's like you have to, and it's like being able to sleep at night, right? Like if I bring somebody on and they don't succeed or they don't, you know, do well right away, like that personally affects me. Like I can't sleep at night knowing that. You know, like it's not even an ego thing. It's just, you know, if you bring somebody on and they're underneath you, they're relying on you to help them and their family succeed. So if they don't, it's kind of a direct reflection of you, you know?
So I was always of the opinion that when you become a broker, you're in the business of not selling real estate anymore. You're in the business of bringing in agents and cultivating agents, but you do both. So like,
yeah, well, I mean,
I don't even know how you do it. I'm not. It's not a bad thing. You do it.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to figure out is how the hell do you do that?
Well, I mean, it's the same way that you've built this. I mean, there's literally 30 people in here right now. Like, how did you do that? You know, like, how are you still out managing projects and getting deals and seeing houses, and then also pumping out content and doing all these things? It's just you're putting in the time, effort, and energy that a lot of people aren't willing to do. You're sacrificing a lot of things that people aren't willing to sacrifice, and I think that's like a big thing for me was just, you know, the last 3 years I've killed myself, and now I'm starting to give myself a little bit of a break, and it kind of comes in like waves, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true.
But it's just, you know, putting in the time and effort, and if you're an individual agent that's doing really well, like a lot of people think just starting a team is like, oh, well, start a team and it's super easy, you know?
No,
or you can't. It's
bro, you got to remember, like 3% of the agents do all the business. So like the majority of the agents on your team, if you have a team, in most team cases or most brokers' cases, like you're carrying around a shitload of dead weight. You're spending a lot of time on people that aren't necessarily, you know, converting or bringing in business. And you like, I mean, you do a ton of stuff for your agents, man. You do more stuff for your agents than I think anybody I know. And that's why I tell people, it's like, you know, constant courses and paying for leads and all kinds of education and
we have coaching
social media and just like a lot of shit.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's what you have to do. I think that's, you know, one of the downfalls of our industry is just like, it's kind of, you know, you bring on 10 agents, if 2 of them succeed and 8 don't, it's like, oh, well, you know, we got 2 good agents now. Yeah. But it really should be like all 10 of those agents. There's no reason why they shouldn't succeed unless it's, you know, of their own doing and they don't put the time, the energy and the effort into it. But right now, if we're just shy of 20 agents, I mean, we could probably have like 50 or 60 at this point, to be honest.
Of course.
But if we only want to bring on people that are going to match the culture, you know, do the right thing, that are going to put the time, the effort, energy into it, and then are going to listen to what, you know, we have to say because it works.
Well, so that brings me to another question. Like, how do you go about developing that culture in a place where people want to be? Because obviously, I know all your agents. Like, we're all friendly, we're all cool. And I've had conversations with them, and people are like, you build people to the point where they're self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in theory, they don't really have to be there, but they don't leave because they like being there. Yep. They like the environment there. Like, Amanda just went there. Like,
she didn't have to by any means. And Matt Elgo, this kid's crushing it. Again, like, this is gonna come out next week, so wait. But like, I'm super excited about that too. This kid's absolutely crushing it. Social media phenom in the city, and he's joining us as opposed to any of these other, you know, Compass or Douglas Hellman out in the city. It's like he's putting his faith in what we're doing. You know,
of course. And it's like he's traveling because he's really a Queens guy.
Yep.
And he's helping, you know, bring Signature over there.
Yeah.
41 points in the charity game. He basically beat you guys
by himself. By himself. I think he had 51. Don't even sell him short. I think he had 51. But you're right, 100%. Like, Victor to be on the team, like, he could start his own team. Brianna Murphy, she could start her own team. John, Justin, all these people, Rudy, like, they could have their own team, but they have bought into the culture to the point where, like, they feel as if they are, it's not like the O'Neill team, you know? Like, it's my stupid last name, but it's their culture. Like, it's them too. And that's what I'm most proud about, honestly.
So how do you go about, like, is it kind of like a subconscious thing where it's just, this is who I am, and like, I'm gonna be fun to be around and all that? Like, you also balance, like, you guys hang out. There's like a friendship vibe, but there's like a business respect.
Yep.
So it's hard in a lot of cases being a boss to balance a friendship type of scenario when you're off the clock and then still commanding that same respect when you are.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest challenges. Because, you know, if someone doesn't show up to the meeting, it's kind of like, hey, like, you know, you want to reprimand them, but then again, you are their friend, so you have to kind of find the happy medium.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's just something that they've all kind of like risen like with me at the same time too, so it's all they're doing, it's not like it's me. So I think they're all very bought into that, and we all love each other. Like, everyone's very supportive, it's a good environment, and everyone is succeeding. So, and I think they see like the vision of it too, like, we're only just getting started, so.
Of course, I mean, all you guys are really young. Mm-hmm. Do you lay out the rules beforehand? Like, when people come in and you're like, hey, listen, this is what I expect from you, this is what you get, like, you know, respect me, I'll respect you, it'll be cool?
Absolutely. I mean, there's, you know, like a standard procedure, I'd say, that we kind of have, you know, is like bringing on new agents and making sure that they match the culture. And I kind of let everyone on the team know too before we even bring on anyone out, like if they have any thoughts or, you know, so it's very like you know, democratic, or it's like a democracy, cool. You know?
So before you take anybody in, everybody kind of gets like a say on it?
For the most part, yeah. And especially like, hey, have you ever dealt with this person? Have you done any deals with them? Do you know them? And 9 times out of 10, like if I'm even having the conversation with them, like, it's a good fit and everyone knows who they are. So it's just a matter of keep bringing on good people that are going to match the energy, that are going to match what we're doing, and everyone's super excited about it.
So you and I have had this conversation before about, like, in brokerages, does it make sense to just have as many agents as possible? Do you want to have certain criteria for like numbers being hit, things like that? Yeah. What's your criteria for taking on an agent?
Kind of varies. So I mean, one thing that I'm working on, like, personally and for business, is just like coming up with that like standard procedure and you know, the operations side of things. So right now we don't really have like, there's not like a set number, or there's not really anything. It's more just kind of like feeling it out. You know, like, Amanda's an amazing fit. Obviously, you never think twice about that, right? Like Matt Elgo, same thing. You never think twice about it. We just brought somebody on who does commercial out in Garden City, wants to get into residential. He's already got the experience. He's a young go-getter. He's hustling.
He doesn't want to do commercial. He wants to do residential.
Yeah, he wants to get into residential. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe do both. But at least from the conversations that I had with him, he wants to jump into residential and hopefully have a little more success with it, because he's done commercial for a year and hasn't made any money yet.
It's really hard, man.
But he's a young hustler. He's making 75 cold calls a day. It's like.
Yeah, well, because that's all he did.
Yeah.
So he loves that shit.
Right.
And in residential, that will probably convert huge for him.
So that's like a prime example, right? Where like, I don't have like a set, you know, this is what you have to be doing, but like having conversations, and you do the same thing. I mean, you hire all the time. Like, you kind of know right away.
Yeah, I mean, you get a feeling after a while. And the same thing, like with the people that invest in me, like, I don't care if you have $10,000 or $10 million. It's more of like a feeling of how I get along with you.
Right.
You know, are you the kind of person that is, you know, down for what we do? Are you going to torture me every minute of every day about when is the project closing?
Yeah.
No, that's what it is. People are like, oh, you have a minimum. Like, I don't really have a minimum, because it used to be like, hey, I'm not going to take anybody with less than 50 grand, right? But it got to the point where I was like, you know what? Why am I going to do that? Because, you know, 10% on your money is 10% on your money, regardless if you have 10 million or 10,000, it's still 10%.
Yep.
So I started doing that with the right people, and then those people have grown to be, put hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in. So you never know. And like, just like you never know, an agent walks in the door with no experience. You don't know what that agent's going to turn into.
Yeah. I mean, we've had tons of, examples of like Victor, for example. He's had his license for like 4 or 5 years. He was in the hairdressing business for like 35 years. And he was like, listen, I want to get out of it. I want to go into real estate full time. He's like, right now it's just not clicking for me. I don't know why. It was like a very natural, way that we kind of linked up. And now he might even be doing more business than me, to be honest.
Really?
Like, yeah. I
feel like everybody that was like a barber or a bartender crushes it. Like Sal Rizzolo in the mortgage world, he was a barber. This dude never leaves his office. He pumps.
Yeah.
Just because he like cuts so many people's hair and they're just like, oh yeah, I need a mortgage, and they know him. It's just, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Victor's absolutely crushing it. I mean, but that's the best feeling too of like the whole team thing. Is like bringing like Bree, top 20 under 40. Amanda's going to be there. Matt's going to be there. John, Justin, Rudy. It's like,
that's got to be very satisfying for you also.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world, but it's also an incredibly anxiety-ridden feeling because if they have one bad month, what's going on, or how do we get back on track?
Yeah.
Like, you got to keep everyone motivated. You got to keep everyone excited and energized.
Is it a rule that you have to be ridiculously good looking to be on the dating team?
No, of course not. That's not a rule.
I don't know. It just happens to be.
I'm not even good looking.
It happens to just be a thing. You're a pretty handsome guy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. No, there's no set rules.
I'm just like,
there are no rules on the
like,
O'Neill team.
Why is everybody so goddamn good looking? I'm like, it's like the real estate version of Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm pretty sure that dude Jake that was on the team,
Oh my God,
was the dude with no shirt on in Rosenfield Mall.
He might be the best looking guy I've ever seen.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, there's no rule. It's just,
all right.
It's great looking.
I didn't think so. It's just like, the cool thing also is everybody hangs out in the office. Not like they're working, but you have this like, people want to get up and go to the office. We're in a normal real estate type of scenario. You'd go into the office and it's like, there's nobody there. There's like that one person that always comes into the office and doesn't do shit.
We got like the 70s disco playing. We got the Bee Gees. Like, we're having a good time. It's fun.
Content.
Yeah. And I'm super excited too to bring on the full-time content team too, so that way they can actually capture some of that stuff because
oh yeah, you need it.
It's special of what's going on.
You're gonna need an arsenal. You are. You're gonna get one person and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be hooked on. You're gonna be, this is like crack, and then everyone's gonna be making it, and then it's just gonna explode. Because listen, there's no doubt that the reason why agents are coming to you, obviously you have the product, right? Like you got the drug. Once they're there, they're hooked on it. But they only know about the drugs because they're watching it on social media. That's where they're getting hooked.
For those that don't know me, I don't sell drugs on social media. He's talking about
not
content.
on social media.
Yeah.
But people see it. They're like, yo, like in the same reason that agents want to do deals with me because they know that I'm going to promote them. They like what I'm about, and like they think we're going to have a good time. Like we have this thing going for next year. We want to do 200 deals. I want to buy 200 houses, get 200 houses approved, new construction, rentals, commercial development, whatever it is.
And you definitely will.
In 2022. I mean, you know what the really fucking cool thing is though? I'm getting DMs from agents that I've never met who are like, bro, I'm pledging 3 deals for you next year, 5 deals for you next year.
People are pledging deals?
Yeah. Anthony was on the podcast a couple weeks ago. He hit me up yesterday. He goes, I want to do a meeting with my whole team. We have a goal of 1 house a month to give you between all of us, and we want to know what we have to look for and how we can help you achieve your goal. How fucking dope is that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised though.
I'm surprised.
Really? Why?
I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. Like, I put out a ton of content and I try to help everybody, but I'm still here in the sweatshop, like detached from the rest of the world. I just make videos and make videos. But it's cool that like it's impacted people to the point where they're like, yo, bro, like we see you have a goal. Like Josh Handler drops that thing out of nowhere, like 200 houses, and we're like, okay. And now people are like, they know about it. They want to be a part of it.
I mean, dude, but take a look at, again, and this is a lot changed in 2 years. Like, we go to an event, we go to a networking party, like, people are taking pictures with you, people are coming up to you, like, hugging you, like,
vice versa.
so nice to meet you. So, like,
it is cool.
It's a really cool feeling. You've inspired so many people to do content. Even like your like downtown thing, right? There's other people that were doing it across the country, but specifically on the island, look at how many people started doing that, like doing the food reviews, right? There's a lot of food reviews going on, so it's cool to see, like, you can't deny that you're inspiring other people to do that.
No, I'm just...
Same thing. I mean, listen, I've been jumping in pools. People are jumping in pools. It's an inspiring. It's a cool feeling.
It's cool.
Yeah.
No, like, collectively in the last couple of years, real estate has really, turned, and there's like a camaraderie about it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
But you can't be surprised that people are pledging to do deals with you because of who you are. They want to work with you. You're fun. You're exciting. You're doing the content. You're going to probably do 300 deals next year.
It's flattering. It's really flattering, but it's also it's humbling. It's a humbling thing.
Yeah.
It is. It's a humbling thing. Even the same, listen, I'm sure it doesn't matter how many agents deep. I'm sure when you get a call from somebody who's like, I want to be on your team, especially like you have some people that are older that have experience that we're doing deals who are like, I want to be on the team.
Yeah. It's all ages. I just recruited somebody that's another person in their, late 40s. He's going to absolutely crush it.
We can't talk about it?
No, we can. Yeah.
Huh, who is it?
Oh, his name's Gus. Gus Lorea.
Is he Spanish?
Yeah, I guess so.
Lorea?
Yeah.
Lorea.
Imagine he's Irish and it's like Lorea. No, I'm kidding.
Have you met the guy?
Yeah, of course. I'm totally kidding. I'm joking. Yes. Great guy. He's going to absolutely crush it.
But, so, just so people don't think it's all sunshine and roses, talk about like some of the fucked up shit that happens.
What do you mean? It's not, of course it's not all suns. Are you kidding me? Look, you see the gray hairs in my beard? Look, I got gray hair. That's why I get a haircut every single week. I got it in my over here too, everywhere, man. I'm getting fat over here. Like I'm trying to get on the Peloton.
I've been told, specifically by you, that I have the best hair in real estate. How does it feel to have to go through life bald?
Yeah, that'll come out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I mean, listen, it's by no means all sunshine and whatever, butterflies. There's a lot of, I talk to you almost every day. There's a lot of shit that goes on.
Fucking brain damage all the time.
It's chaos. And then also, you got to think about your business life, right? And what you're putting out on social media and everything. But then you also have your personal life and what goes on in your personal life. And we make a ton of sacrifices, whether it's working late hours, whether it's not seeing friends and family or relationship-wise. Like we have a conversation about marriage all the time. And like I saw you post a video the other day. I forget who you were asking. Maybe it was Full Free. About marriage, does it affect his business or whatever? And like,
of course.
And we talk about it all the time too. So listen, at the end of the day, it's not all sunshine. I'm living in Miller Place right now with a way too big of a house and I'm paying way too much taxes on in the middle of no man's land. That I literally use like one room in, and I'm there maybe an hour a night just to sleep. That's it. And then obviously all the stuff with the team, and there's just deals with drama, and there's a lot.
No, there's a lot. There's
trying to be like a normal 27-year-old every now and then. Like we went to the UFC fight.
That was dope.
It was such a sick experience, and like doing all those things too. But I got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Like I got to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I got to make sure that I'm going to Miami this week, which is cool because I'm going to make a ton of connections and whatever. But I got to keep my head on my shoulders, and I got to make sure that I'm leading by example.
0 tattoo policy this weekend.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good story.
That was an amazing story.
Yeah, we won't tell that though.
No, we won't. But no, it's tough, man. It really is. It's tough. So.
But 2 years ago, if you said that 2 years ago, right? People be coming up to you and taking pictures and gas station selfies. You'd be on Newsday, whatever.
Nah,
we're going to UFC fights at Madison Square Garden, sitting in a press box with DraftKings.
That was dope.
We're hanging out with Bob Menery. We're doing all these things. Like, do you ever think that real estate would like bring you to that point? You can't.
No, and here's the thing. So. You've done a great job of using social media to meet people, to put you into crazy places.
Yeah.
Like you met Broke Agent through Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Now he's like one of your boys. You're actually, are you like a co-writer on? I've seen you. I don't know your title.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, not like a co-writer, but he puts me on his website and I send him shit all the time and he posts it. We have a course that's coming out too, which is super exciting. So I'm working with him on that.
Yeah.
And just a lot of cool shit. He's actually one of my best friends now, honestly. I talk to the kid like way too much.
Super funny guy. He's got the Broke Agent on IG. He's got like 350,000 real followers on there. A lot of funny shit, memes, all kinds of cool real estate stuff. If you're in real estate, you get it. It's funny.
Yep.
But you met him 2 years ago?
Yeah, through Instagram.
Through Instagram. Friendship, cool relationship that just blossomed. You put content out there. He helps you developing cool stuff that you do on social media, and you guys have really taken off.
Yeah.
Together as a result. You've used social media in a way to extend who you are, to meet cool people, and some of them just happen to be like really influential, and you're in a position where you just live a fucking crazy life. You fucking live I can't wait to watch the Instagram stories of this weekend and then hear about.
No, I'm not posting nothing.
And then hear about like what really went on.
Yeah. But it's all new to me, man. Like I was when I first got into real estate, me and Grace were, just had started dating basically. So like, for 3.5 years, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't going out. Like I was in a very serious relationship.
Yeah.
So now like the last 6 months being out of it and like having these resources and these connections, it's been a good time. But again, I got to make sure that I balance it.
And that's the thing. So like you and I, we don't balance anything.
Yeah.
we're basically addicts.
Yeah. I would say so.
We basically are.
Yeah.
So, through all that, you're still a very humble person.
Of course.
How do you keep it under control?
I mean, it's something that I work on every single day. I've been blessed to, again, be able to be a leader within my company, being with my team, but also now with YPN and LIBOR. So I'm going to be the president-elect next year.
That's dope.
It is. I'm very excited about it. I might even be the youngest person to have that position. So I can't let all those people down. I can't let the people that have helped me, my parents, the team, people that look up to me, I can't let them down. So, I mean, it's a constant battle. Like, listen, do I want to go out every now and then and pretend like I'm not, in real estate or that I don't have phones around me? I would love to. I'd love to, wake up a little bit hungover every now and then and not have 100 calls. But, I have it's like the devil and the angel, and I'm just being honest.
No.
But, it's something that I deal with every single day and every single weekend. And, sometimes there is FOMO. And, if Vinny from the Jersey Shore's calling me and says, hey, you want to come to the city tonight? Of course I want to do that. Are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want to do that, But I have an open house tomorrow morning, so I can't. Yeah. So, there's a constant battle that I deal with every single day, but that's just something I got to deal with.
It's also like being influential in the public eye and being wealthy at a very young age like you are is a hard thing for a lot of people to handle.
And I didn't grow up with anything either. So it's like, for example, right, like Thanksgiving Eve is, and how much I give back and I do dumb shit all the time, right? So Thanksgiving Eve, I'm in an Uber on my way home, and the Uber driver's, I'm like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow for Thanksgiving? And he's like, yeah, I really wish I was able to see my two kids. It's been tough with my ex-wife. And I'm like, well, what sports do they like? He's like, I don't know, they like basketball, they like the Knicks. I wake up Thursday morning for Thanksgiving, I bought the guy 3 courtside tickets for him and his 2 kids to go see the Knicks-Bucks game. Wow. December 20th, yeah.
How did you get it to him? How did you,
I got his number, I'm like, I bought him the next day. I wished him happy Thanksgiving. He knew I did. He obviously knew I did it, and I sent him over the tickets, so he's going.
Wow.
But I do shit like that all the time. Which
I know you do.
It's stupid, kind of in a way, but
it's not stupid. It's nice.
It just makes me feel good. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
You did that thing with the animal shelter.
Yeah.
During COVID, you were bringing food to all the workers in the hospitals.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of cool shit.
I've been buying a lot of homeless people's hotel rooms.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, that was a recent one.
I gave him my chain. I gave him my gold chain too.
So a lot of agents are always like, I don't know what what is your advice for people on how to come up with content to put out there? Because that's most people's big thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it also depends on what you see yourself doing. Like for me, I like the funny skits and stuff, it's just something that I've kind of adapted into now, and it's just what I'm thinking of and the ideas. I just filmed one today that I think is gonna be really, really funny. So, but everyone has their different styles. Matt Leonetti's very good at it. He does these little 60-second rant videos where it's literally just him holding his phone in his car, driving somewhere, ranting about the business. And It gets 400 comments and thousands of likes. Not everybody has a $10 million penthouse to go do a video on. So it's just coming up with something that separates you, makes you unique, and makes you different. You don't have to do funny skits. You don't have to do luxury tours. You don't have to do food reviews. You got to find what your thing is.
Yeah, no, and you got to play around with it. And the thing that I think people need to understand is don't associate likes and views with necessarily reach.
Yeah.
Because, I always say for all intents and purposes, I don't have a lot of followers, I don't get a lot of engagement, but if you're in real estate, you know who I am.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's better to have 5,000 followers of people that can really impact your business and your life than to have 100,000 followers of people across the globe that will have nothing to do with you in any capacity.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking from experience, a lot of the agents on my team, their issue is they don't want to. They're like, well, I don't really want to post that, or it's not going to do well, or it's not going to get comments and likes. But it's
who gives a shit?
But at the end of the day, if you're not posting it, if you're not posting consistently, you're not going to grow the following. You're not going to get more likes. People aren't going to know who you are. And I mean, it's something that I deal with too, just because the stuff that we're putting out is kind of 3-minute long, high quality production videos. So it would be different if I put out a 15-second clip of me from a podcast or something. So I have to kind of balance that, facade of our social media, I guess. But if you're a new agent and you're trying to grow your following, you should be posting something every single day, even if it is just you on your phone talking.
I mean, I think everybody should just post all the freaking time. I just post all the time. My thinking is just and who knows what's wrong and right? Emily and I have this, thing going back and forth where she's like, yo, you need to dial down the volume and increase the production value. And now we're doing more of those funny skitted reels that are doing better and things
they're
like
hilarious.
that.
Yeah.
And but that shit takes a long fucking time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Well, you're also, dude, you're putting out an absolutely insane amount of content. For me, and there is no right or wrong way. Really, if you want to grow, you should be posting the way that you are posting. But for me, I I like the fact that it's like, all right, Dan hasn't posted something in 2 weeks. Like, what the hell does this kid have next?
Makes
and
sense.
I have to kind of like up it a little bit too, you know, like especially we're doing these, they're getting funnier and they're getting high quality, like you said.
Yeah.
But I mean, my problem too is like when somebody posts a ton, like sometimes I miss some of your videos because so much is coming out that I skip over it. And then I have to go back and I watch it. I text you and I'm like, dude, I just watched your last 5 videos. They were laugh out loud funny. So there's like, you got to find like almost like a happy medium.
And I'm trying to figure out, what is it? Is it more like, is the facial recognition more important than the content itself? Or is the content more important than the consistent facial recognition?
Well, I think it depends on what level you're at. I think in the beginning, content is, no matter what, it's just the amount of content. I think as you grow, I think then it's more so about like putting your face out there and just being everywhere. Like I go to the gas station, you're on News 12. I open up my Instagram, you're on my Instagram. I open my TikTok, you're on my, I don't even know if I follow you, and you're on my TikTok.
You got to teach me how to use Snapchat.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use that shit. I just see you.
But Snap, you're not gonna like, there's no business being done on Snapchat, right?
No?
Cut
Not
that
at all?
out. There's no-
What, it's just people sending like half nudes or whatever?
Yeah.
Camera pictures?
Yeah, something like that. Imagine Charles just starts putting his reels on Snapchat. Look what the hell's
I
going
don't
on
know how to
here.
work the thing. I asked you, I was like, bro, how do you do this? You're like,
I don't use Snapchat.
Yeah,
I didn't know that page existed until like this year.
Yeah. No, it's not anything that you're gonna. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Why did you, you're an agent by yourself. For all intents and purposes, you could have a much easier life if you were just an agent by yourself.
Yeah.
Why do you have a team?
I just love it. Yeah, you're right. It would be easier to be myself, but like, again, being able to see everyone succeed and kind of do their own thing and like win these individual awards and be able to buy a new car, be able to buy a house, condo, pay for their
dope.
kids' college, that's the best feeling in the world.
I mean, I guess it's the same reason why a homeless man stayed in the Ritz for 10 days.
No, he stayed in the Ritz for 10 days because I'm an idiot. I enjoy having the team because I enjoy
I mean, I was saying your
successes.
generosity. It's just the kind of person that you are. Because, I mean, when you think about it, and this is the thing, I know your team appreciates you, but I want people to appreciate the good brokers and the good team leaders because I don't think they truly understand the amount of time and the amount of money. I would argue that you could probably make a lot more money if you didn't have a team. I mean, with a lot less aggravation.
A lot less aggravation, and I'd probably be able to put $20,000 to $25,000 back in my pocket a month.
Yeah.
Just from expenses on the team side of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people don't realize what really goes into it
No.
and how time consuming it is, man. Like right now, I'm sure if I look at my phone right now, I'm sure it's probably blowing up the same way that yours is. And like here we go. Look at that. I got a Hinge match. I'm selling real estate on Hinge over here. I swear to God. But and if somebody needs something right away, like you gotta be there, like, regardless of what you're doing, whether you're at dinner, you're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to always be present, and whether it's 9 o'clock at night or 7 a.m.
No, there are times when you and I are out, we're like doing something, and your phone is like a fucking other appendage. And there's even and I live your life, so I get it. But there's even times where I look at you and I'm like, bro, just burn that thing.
Yeah.
Just put it somewhere.
I would love to, dude. I go home at night and I have a migraine that goes to like the back of my head sometimes from how long I'm like either on the phone or texting.
Can you put that thing away for a couple hours, or would
No.
you get crippling anxiety?
No, I would have crippling anxiety.
Yeah?
I have anxiety right now from it being on the floor. I already saw who called me and who texted me, and you're talking to me right now, I just hear. I'm gonna lose my mind. Look at me, I'm antsy. I'm like, I don't know where to put my hands. Like I'm doing.
Is that because of the phone?
Yeah, it's because of the phone, man. I shouldn't have looked at it. Once you look at it, you're done. Wow. Dude, if I go on like a date or something, or if I go out to dinner, I mean, you saw it too. Like, I go to the bathroom like 10 times. People probably think I'm doing something in the bathroom. I'm not. It's really just me like answering my phone, and I have to. I got to get in there and send texts.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's the life we live.
Do girls get upset about that?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who it is. I'm sure one day I'll find somebody that understands it. But dude, it's a lot to ask for. I mean,
Yeah. Or you might find somebody that you love so much that you're willing to put the phone down.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You'd be surprised.
No, that's not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You don't
Not yet, at least. I need more help.
No, you have to run around with no pants on for a while.
Yeah. One day I'll get there, and I mean, listen, I'm excited to do that, but right now, no.
Not before
you're
you're 35, though. Bro.
No,
man.
Maybe
should get
30,
married.
maybe 33. No, not marriage. I'm saying just putting my phone down and being able to.
No, I'm just talking about like meeting the girl.
Oh, right.
You can't meet the girl until you're like at least 35.
Yeah.
We're not mature enough, guys. We're not.
No, I agree.
I tried to get married at 35, and that was like I think that would have been the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a good time.
It is definitely the right time. I think right now we're just in positions where it's difficult because we're trying to grow this, and if you don't have somebody that shares that same vision with you and they don't understand or they're not accepting of it, it's going to cause turmoil and friction in the relationship. We've both been there many times. It's tough.
Yeah? No, no, absolutely, it makes sense. So, where is like? Can we talk about?
We've gone on like such different. We've talked about like marriage, relationships, our dads. We talked about social media,
That's what we're supposed to
Snapchat, nudes, vapes.
And I'm just like, oh, can we talk about the future? Can we talk about the future of the O'Neill
Yeah,
team?
yeah,
Can we talk
of
about
course,
that?
yeah. Super excited about it.
Where the hell's it going?
Everywhere, literally everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah, this week going down. I mean, as you know, going down to Art Basel, Miami, but more importantly, going down to like Naples, Sarasota, St. Petersburg to start looking at locations for O'Neill team Florida.
Sick.
Which is really exciting.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I think it's the first time I'm ever saying that. So I'm gonna announce this like next week or maybe later in the week. So
we'll put
give me
this
a little
out
time.
after.
Yeah. So we're going down there, and then we're going down to South Carolina. John's moving to Florida from January to May, and then coming back up to start Florida. I'm gonna be going down to South Carolina to get that going, and we got obviously Al Gu, who's gonna be taking over Manhattan. He's gonna be building out his own thing out there. We got Amanda, Victor, Bree, everyone gonna be doing the Hamptons. So it's really like a total kind of takeover here, which is super exciting. And it's not gonna start or stop at Florida or South Carolina. Is that matter or visual?
No, that's Corey the Jaw, who doubles as Matt Arvision.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Corey. This is my buddy Dan. He's just like, yo, is that Matt R Visual?
What's up, man?
You are literally like, that's like your twin.
Bro, I thought that was him. It just distracted the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
Like Matt R
I have
Visual.
ADHD.
I mean, yeah, Matt R Visual has a Jewish twin. I mean, I don't know what he's packing, but I know Matt R Visual is packing.
Well, then the other cool things too is getting verified, coming out with this course, getting into coaching, getting into speaking.
You want to do the speaking thing?
Yeah, of course.
That's fucking dope.
It's like exhilarating. It's like playing sports when you're younger. It's one of the coolest
No,
things
I
in the
love
world.
that shit. Put me on stage, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll do it together.
I'm ready for that.
So all these different things, like, are just, if you look back at the last 2 years, like being on the show with Full Free and them, even just for a little bit, like, it's just all amazing experiences. And this is only in the last year. Like, if you told me I'd be at a nightclub with Vinny and Bob Menery and all these, and the Nelk Boys at 4 a.m. getting a tattoo. Sorry, Mom.
About how?
From selling real estate. No. From selling real estate and making these funny videos, I would have called you crazy. So it's just like, I'm very hard on myself, and I know you are too. So like sometimes it is important to kind of like sit back and be like, holy shit, we're sitting at Madison Square Garden in a box, getting a tattoo, watching the UFC fight right now.
Yeah, it's rare we do that though. We always keep going, but just like you just keep charging, and then every once in a while you'll sit back and be like, fuck, this is cool. All right, we gotta keep going. I think another important thing is like, it's kind of like a rounding it up thing is, you and I have been out, we've been to these places, it looks glamorous on Instagram. You meet these people, but like, it's not really what you think it is. Like a lot of these people who you think are living these lives are fucking really unhappy.
Yeah.
So
we've seen that personally many times.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like
it's weird, like they say, like don't meet your heroes, or like you shouldn't really put any of these people on a pedestal because a lot of them, like you said, they're not happy or they're not really like who they portray themselves
it's
as.
There's some real dark shit out there.
Yeah.
So.
But I think that's why a lot of people I say this very humbly, I think that's why people gravitate towards us is because we are like I'm sitting here smoking my vape, right?
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, what you see is what you get. There's no difference, right? Like you see me on Sunday morning at open houses, I'm gonna be the same way at Sunday night, whatever it is. Like I'm smoking my vape, right? Like I probably said that 10 times now, but that's just who I am, like I'm not gonna change. And I think that's why people gravitate towards it, right?
So 3 pieces of advice you would give a new agent, 3 pieces of advice you would give somebody who's becoming a broker and wants to run a team.
New agent advice?
3, like top 3 things for a new agent. Like new agent, you gotta know boom, boom, boom. And if someone's gonna become a broker or run their own team, let's say, 3 things, boom, 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 top 3 things.
All right, so new agent, content, right? Like you gotta get your name out there.
Content number 1, huh?
But you didn't tell me to put them in order.
Oh, okay.
You said, yeah. Content is one of them.
All right,
the first thing I thought of.
In no particular order.
Yeah, no particular order. Content. Second thing is education. You have to be educated and can consistently educate yourself because education turns into confidence.
So like go on a tangent for that in a minute because I have agents hit me up all the time. They're like, where should I go? Where should I go? And I'm like, listen, bro, I'm going to be fucking as direct as I possibly can here. 99.9% of brokers ain't doing shit for you.
Yeah.
So either go to the O'Neill team or go where you're going to get the most money. Yeah. That's what I say to them. That's what I say to them.
Yeah, it's true.
So, what should agents be looking for when speaking to a broker to see if they're going to be actually getting some real value or shit?
Well, I mean, I think so you didn't let me finish. Number 3 for the new agents was content, education, and joining the O'Neill team. I'm kidding. And then for the new brokers or team leaders, right? Like number 1, you got to be willing to sacrifice.
Wait, what was the 3rd thing?
Join the O'Neill team.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. For the new brokers or new team leaders, it's...
Don't become a broker, join the O'Neill team.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. But you got to be able to sacrifice, right? Like you have to know that you're not going to be making money right off the bat. You're going to be putting a lot of money, investing it right off the bat. Like everything that you do make, you're putting right back in your business. So if you're becoming a broker, if you're starting your own team, you have to understand that you're not going to make money for a while. Number two, you have to understand that it's going to be incredibly time consuming and very anxiety ridden, right? Because now you're responsible for these people. And number three, you have to have education and you have to be able to provide value for them that nobody else is going to do. Because it's not all about money. And you're 100% right. Like a lot of these brokers, they don't have training, they don't have education, or at least they say they do, and
they don't.
And there's nothing. So as a new agent, when you go to these places, you have to make sure that they're going to stick to their word. Yeah. So whether it's in writing, contract, I mean,
agents that I talk to are legit clueless. Like they are like, bro, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't blame you. Like nobody, you go, you take this course, you like pass, and they're just like, and broker's like, all right, cool, you're my agent now. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like the course that I took, I didn't pay attention for 1 minute. No. I just studied the night before and I took the test.
There's nothing that's in that thing that would teach you anything that you can use in the real world anyway.
The only thing that teaches you is how many townships are or how many sections are in a township.
That's where you got that?
Yeah. Because I'm doing my CE credits right now. How many sections are in a township and riptarian rights and all this stupid shit that you'll never have to use ever.
Oh, God.
So you got to educate yourself. You got to do it yourself.
No, that's the thing. Like people have to understand, if you're getting into real estate, you are running your own business. You're on an island by yourself. Nobody gives a fuck. No one's coming to help you. Yeah. That's it.
You know what one of the biggest challenges I think is too, is you're right though. You're running your own business, so it's if you don't have like any sort of experience in that, right? Like
which nobody does.
I went from bartending to all of a sudden, I got all this stuff going on. So it's becoming a business person too, and like making sure that you're keeping track of your deals and your expenses and what money's coming in, what money's coming out.
Are you in an entity? How are you structured? All that kind of stuff. Everybody needs like a Lou Soriano type of dude.
Oh yeah. Shout out Lou, CFP.
A good hustle humble, a good accountant attorney combination. Like they don't teach you this shit in school, bro. They teach you like how to be a factory worker. And everybody comes in the real estate thing and you're like, yo, I'm gonna score and make all these big commissions every time I sell a house, and I'm gonna get to work where I want and not when I want. Hell no.
Dude, I didn't know how to write a check like a year ago.
You still don't know how to write a check. You don't have checks.
I don't have checks, you're right.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to write a check.
It was like, right? I remember we had like,
that's funny.
I was like, dude, I need a check. And you're just like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like Zelle me. I'm like, I'm old, bro. I don't have fucking Zelle.
Venmo, yeah.
I was like, they're going to steal everything I have if I put it on this phone. I can't do that.
My accountant sends me an email and he's like, hey man, you have to go through, categorize all these Venmo statements. And it was like 3 days worth of like actually sitting there and going through. And
I'm sure.
It was insane. But yeah, so I mean, I still don't know how to write a check, you're right. But
which is fine. I'm the one that needs to adjust with age. You're there with technology.
But it's becoming also mature as a business person. Yeah. And that's like what a lot of people don't realize is you are your own business. You're your own entity, right? Like you're a business owner now. You got to treat it that way. You got to treat it like it's a brand too, like a Walmart or like a Target.
You're in a great place, bro. I wish I was where you were at 27.
Why? I think you're right where you're supposed to be now.
Yeah, it's true. But still, 27? I don't know. I don't know if I could have handled it like you do.
27 going on like 55, or at least I feel 55. My back hurts. Robin's hit ride's killing my thighs right now. I can't even sit still. So, listen, there's a lot of sacrifice.
Your shoulders got to get scoped.
Yeah, look how I'm sitting right now. Like my barber has to like pick me up and like bring me to the right side because I lean so bad. But listen, it's all sacrifice though. It really is. Like, should I have gone to the gym every day for the last 4 years? Probably. Now I am, but
yeah, I mean it's. No, it makes sense. Dude, you're the fucking man. I love you like a brother. It's great to see you doing this stuff. If people want to, see what you're doing, get inspired by you, possibly join the O'Neill team, see the debaucherous shit that you do with women on your stories on a weekly basis, where do they find you? Where do they follow you?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to cut that last part out.
We don't cut anything.
At Dan O'Neill.
We're all going down together.
But you got to be careful because there's like 10 fakes of me now. I got a lot of
I keep reporting them.
Yeah, but it doesn't work because unless you're verified, they won't get rid of the person. It's bullshit.
Oh, that's bullshit.
But yeah, at Dan O'Neill _ on Instagram and basically everything else. And feel free to reach out to me. Try to answer every DM. I try to help as much as I can. I'm sure you do the same thing. 2 years later, huh? Lots changed.
That's fucking crazy. I feel like I've known you forever.
Yeah. Our beards look great. Skin looks good. Jacked.
We're getting there. Robin's fucking hit rides, bro.
Yeah, baby. I can't wait to go home and do it. Oh, my back.
If you got a house, you want to sell it.
Yeah.
I want to buy it. 516-777 sold. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Salud.
What the fuck was
Happy
that?
Hanukkah.
What was that? Oh, I thought that was liquor. I was like, taking a shot right now.
Bro, it's fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Jesus Christ.
What, you never drank at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?